Who's going #1 overall? I don't believe it is Josh Rosen. What do you think?
Well, Sam Darnold's pro day is on Wednesday. That's going to be basically just an infomercial for him to go #1. I'm sure he'll do great. Watching that piece, I'm very, very attracted, athletically, of course, to Josh Rosen. Truly. Like, I really am. I'm starting to read about him. I'm so sick of the thing about he's cocky, or he's rich. I don't like that at all. Everybody says he's the most physically gifted. And then coming out of the combine, Peter King and Pete Prisco all saying everybody they talked to says he was the most impressive in the room. I'm starting to feel Rosen. Truly am.
Mayock has Sam Darnold #1. What say you, Nate Burleson?
Well, I like the fact that he understands I could throw it with the best of them. But what people don't realize is my athletic ability is going to be something that's going to anchor me in this league. And something that stood out. He said, I want to prove that my athletic ability is an asset, not a liability, which you see all the time. You'll see quarterbacks get drafted, they have this big arm, they're intelligent, high IQ, and they get in that pocket, and they collapse when the pressure hits. He's saying, I can throw it, but if that pressure comes, I can escape the pocket, just like a Russell Wilson, just like an Aaron Rodgers, just like a Drew Brees, just like all the other athletic quarterbacks in this league.
You have to take a quarterback at #1, especially with this draft class. If you're taking one, you have to take the one that is the safest bet. There are no safe bets, no sure things in the NFL draft. But you go into the restaurant, sometimes you don't need to get the exciting catch of the day. You've never had it before. You want the risotto. You want something you know is going to be good, and that to me is Sam Darnold. He might not have the sexiness factor that a Rosen has, that a Baker Mayfield certainly has with all the X factors that they have, but he does it all, he does it well, he does it quietly. The fact that Mike Shula's on the sideline saying, like, you know, you're going to have to be here and people are going to rely on you and you're going to have to work harder than everybody else, right? Just that, seeing that on the sideline is a reason I would take Darnold over Rosen.
It's true.
Because where there's smoke, there's fire. You shouldn't hold it against him that he came for money, but if they're questioning how much he loves the game, and that's somebody you as a wide receiver can speak to, has to be there first in the building with the donuts like Carson Wentz was. Is that him? If that's a question, I'd take Darnold.
It's true in the sense that, like, it seems to be the safest, and I just don't know about that love the game stuff. Like, is that just complete BS? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that just like minutia of the draft and we need something to talk about? Is there any real substance that Josh Rosen doesn't love football? I thought he had a great point, because everyone's saying you don't need football because you grew up with wealth. He's like, well, then how much must I love it if I don't need it and I'm still playing it? I thought it was a great counterpoint.
It's not love, but is he going to work as hard as he has to be when everybody's investing in him? Is he the leader in that locker room? If there's questions about that, where there's smoke, there's fire.
If he's smart like he is, then he will. You know what I'm saying?
He's the leader of one of the top storied colleges in the world, and that's UCLA. But here's the thing, though. This is what I do love about what you said. I love risotto, and I'll go in and I'll eat that 9 times out of 10.
How many food analogies are we going to have?
I don't mind the gnocchi either.
But occasionally I'll go to a restaurant, and the waitress or the waiter will come over and say, you know what? I have this special.
Let me sell you on.
I got to be honest. It's an acquired taste. It's an acquired taste. But if you like it, it's going to blow your mind. That gets me every time.
What if you only went to a restaurant once a year? Once a year, and it costs you millions of dollars.
It's an expensive check.
Are you going for that? I don't know if you're going to like this, or are you going to go, I want risotto?
Have you ever had that meal to change your life? It could be Rosen.